True bravery is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Some heroes don't just defend a nation, they redefine its spirit. Namaste and a very warm welcome to everyone present here today. Uttara ma'am, Sonali ma'am, Annapurna ma'am, our distinguished guest for the day, Lieutenant General Dr. Konsam Himalay Singh. Respected teachers, dear parents, and my fellow students.
As we gather to commemorate Kargil Vijay Diwas, we remember the unwavering courage, patriotism, and sacrifice of our armed forces. This day marks India's valiant victory in the Kargil War of 1999, but it also calls us to reflect, express gratitude, and honor the selfless heroes who guard our nation with unmatched dedication.
We are truly privileged to welcome a remarkable soldier, visionary leader, and a beacon of inspiration for countless Indians. Lieutenant General Konsam Himalay Singh, a man journey from the hills of Manipur to the highest echelon of the Indian Army, nothing short of legendary.
Before we begin today's special interaction, I invite our respected principal, Sonali ma'am, to kindly address the gathering and extend a formal welcome to our distinguished guest.
Thank you, thank you. Namaste and a very, very warm welcome to our director Uttara ma'am, heads of school from our Noida and Gurugram campuses, parents who have joined us virtually, teachers and children from Noida and Gurugram campuses, and our children and teachers from the Faridabad campus who are waiting eagerly in the Shriram Manch. A very, very special namaste to our esteemed speaker for the day, Lieutenant General Dr. Konsam Himalay Singh, who is also the first officer from Northeast India to reach the rank of Lieutenant General in the Indian Army and the first military officer from Manipur to reach the ranks of Brigadier and Major General. Let's hear it for Dr. Singh, children. Let's put our hands together. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to welcome you all to this special session as we come together to commemorate Kargil Vijay Diwas, a day that stands as a symbol of India's indomitable spirit, courage, and sacrifice. Today, we are deeply fortunate to have amongst us a real hero, a braveheart who has worn the uniform with pride, who stood at the front lines when duty called, and who now stands before us as a living embodiment of valor, grit, and patriotism. We extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to Lieutenant General Dr. Konsam Himalay Singh, a proud soldier of the Indian Armed Forces who served during Kargil War. For our students, this session is more than just a talk. It is an opportunity to learn firsthand what it truly means to serve one's nation, to understand that freedom comes at a price, and to be inspired by stories of courage, sacrifice, and resilience. Let us listen with reverence, reflect with gratitude, and remember with pride the heroes of Kargil, both those who came home and those who now rest in eternal glory. Once again, we welcome you, sir, and thank you for being with us today. Jai Hind. With that, I request our director, Uttara ma'am, to come and address the virtual gathering. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Sonali ma'am. Namaste to everyone present. And once again, I extend a very warm welcome to you, sir, General Singh, because having you with us today, salute, sir, salute. I'm an
Yes.
army officer's daughter and very proud Fauji. And seeing the cap on you is reminding me of days when we were surrounded by officers such as yourselves as we were growing up, and we were the lucky ones who had real life heroes who we could see every day. And our children today are really blessed that you will be addressing them, talking to them, and they can actually see what happens behind the scenes of the Indian Army. Children, recently there's been a lot of coverage in news, and we are very proud of the way our Army, Air Force, Navy came together, and we they protected us, and we are still sitting where we are in a very safe space. Sitting in your drawing room, watching it on TV, and acknowledging it is one thing, children, but being privileged to actually see somebody like General Singh speak to you and to tell you his true stories of something he's experienced every day is truly a blessing. So thank you so much, sir. And I think your name reflects, everything. The Himalaya in your name, I think उससे बड़ी कोई चीज नहीं हो सकती है, because
Thank you.
the Himalaya stands like a wall, for India. And we are truly, I think we are a very great nation today because of the Himalaya. Because, sorry, yes, because the Himalaya stands like a wall. The Himalaya is the reason we have our monsoon. The Himalaya is the reason we don't have invaders from the north. And the Himalaya is the pride of India. So, sir, we acknowledge you through your name and all that you've done. Thank you so, so much for being with us. But I really want to extend a personal invite to you to come to our schools, visit us, and interact with our children. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you, Uttara ma'am. Over to you, children.
Okay.
Thank you, Sonali ma'am and Uttara ma'am, for your heartfelt words. I now request Ira to introduce her esteemed guest, one of India's finest military leaders.
Lieutenant General Dr. Konsam Himalay Singh is a name that commands respect not only for his military accomplishments but for his life of courage, discipline, and leadership. Born in the Charanpat village, Manipur, he is the first officer from northeast India to reach the rank of Lieutenant General in the Indian Army. He's an alumnus of the National Defense Academy and the Indian Military Academy and was commissioned into the 2nd Battalion of the Rajput Regiment in 1978.
Over the course of his illustrious career, Lieutenant General Dr. Singh has commanded a battalion in Jammu and Kashmir during Operation Vijay, led a brigade on the line of control, a division in Assam, and later the prestigious 3rd Corps in Dimapur. He has also served in key positions at Army headquarters, including Director General of Military Training, represented India in UN peacekeeping missions in Mozambique and Rwanda.
For his exemplary service, he has been conferred with the Uttam Youth Seva Medal, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, and the Vishisht Seva Medal. A role model for the youth, his story is not just about military success, but about breaking stereotypes, inspiring generations, and serving the nation with integrity and pride.
Sir, your journey is humbling and uplifting. On this Kargil Vijay Diwas, we are honored to have you among us. We now invite you to address the gathering and share your words of wisdom with us.
Thank you. Jai Hind and Namaskar, everybody. I am grateful to each one of you, particularly to the director and principal ma'am, for inviting me to this prestigious school function today. Boys and girls, my dear students, Kargil War was fought 26 years ago. For many of you, you must have just heard what happened there. But let me tell you, the India and Pakistan have fought many wars before that. 1947-48, 1965, 1971, Kargil, and of course the latest one, Operation Sindoor, all because of Jammu and Kashmir. In the next 20 minutes or so, I will try to compress what I saw of the Kargil War. I wish to share with you a bit of my experience and also share with you what it takes to be in the Indian military. We believe in Niskam Karm, a matter of honor. We in the armed forces don't look for rewards or awards. We do it for honor. Honor of our country, honor of our families, and honor of ourselves. So I would tell you the story in a very short form about the Kargil War. This is how it looks like. This is how it looks like in those terrain. In the mountains, this is a glacier. This is a long glacier with ice and snow at extreme altitudes. These are the heights. These are the Himalayan heights. You can imagine it is for hundreds of miles, hundreds of kilometers that you can see when you fly across the Ladakh region where this Kargil war was fought. And you would, I would just briefly tell you what was it all about. You can see in this map, you can see where the Siachen is, you can see the Chinese on the eastern front, Tibetan Plateau, where you can see what is written as Aksai Chin, and on your left you can see POK written there, Pakistan occupied Kashmir. And the Kargil war was fought somewhere near ends in this area of between Jojila Pass and the Siachen Glacier. This is the map of Jammu and Kashmir, and in a frontage of approximately 100 kilometers, many battles were fought during this Operation Vijay, which started on 6th of May 1999. This operation was spearheaded by the Indian Army, the Indian Air Force, and the quiet service called Navy. So, what did the Pakistanis do? They intruded into many areas, unheld areas in the area of Jammu and Kashmir, from Jojila Pass to the Siachen glaciers. You can see the arrows, and the entire front was approximately 100 to 110 kilometers. Moscow, Dras. Dras is where the Tiger Hill and Tololing can be seen. These heights which the Pakistanis occupied, they could be seen from the national highway from Dras. Then we have the Kaksar subsector, Batalik, Turtuk. Turtuk is where I was in the northernmost battles which was fought unseen, unheard in the TV, because very few human beings actually reached there where I was there. So I will tell you the areas. This is the 0.5770, 19,000 feet high, where there is the oxygen content is less than 30% of what you get in Delhi or in Faridabad. I was commanding the 27th Battalion of the Rajput Regiment. This story I will tell you in very short. Thereafter, this is a feature 19,000 feet high, which you just saw, where the Pakistanis had occupied during the Operation Badr. The Pakistanis called this operation of intrusion into Indian territory as Operation Badr. And yes. So this is how it looked like when we went in to capture this 0.5770. You can see that this feature has got a number of ice walls. You can see the snow. You can see the glaciers. You can see many other features on your left and right. But this is how actually I saw during the operations. And this feature was occupied by the Pakistani Army unit called 3rd Battalion of the Northern Light Infantry of Pakistan Army. The slopes are almost, from Pakistan side, it is not very, it is just about 35 to 45 degree slope. but from our side, it was about 85 degrees slope on the right. We had to go from the right. This is how you approach that. This is laying of the ropes, climbing through the ice walls. Next slide, you will see how you negotiate, carrying your weapons, carrying your ammunition, carrying your something to eat, and carrying your climbing equipments in the ice wall. This is how our soldiers climb up to attack the enemy. There is another photograph of how you lay this. All this was done in broad daylight, maintaining complete surprise on the enemy. This is the area. This is on top of points 5770. You can see the vast stretches of mountains from this height, 19,210 feet. And you can see a weapon on your right. That is actually a Pakistani Pika gun, which our troops snatched it from them and they killed the Pakistanis with their own weapons. And the photograph you see, you can just see about 4 to 5 soldiers. But there are many more on this side not seen. This is from a height of 19,000 feet, where the water freezes, where there is no water. It is all not even snow, it turns into ice. Minus 45 degrees Celsius. And the courage of our troops, my battalion, we captured the entire feature without a single casualty to own troops and killing one Pakistani officer and 11 of their soldiers in a hand-to-hand fight in broad daylight. You can see the morale of our troops. After fighting, you can see all of them smiling because they have the guts, they have got the character, and they have got the courage, and they are doing it for the country happily, without any kind of fear in their minds. This is what takes to be a soldier of the Indian Army. Just to give you an example, this is Captain Taimur Malik's photograph. Very brave officer of Pakistan Army, but he had to die in the hands of our soldiers. Let me tell you a story. He wrote a letter to his father, and which we found in his pocket, and I had sent it to his father that your son fought well, and the letter written to you, I am sending it to you for your records. And we requested the Pakistan Army to take over his body and the body of 11 others. But they refused because Pakistan Army had always claimed that this intrusion, this attack on India was by the Kashmiri freedom fighters, so-called Kashmiri freedom fighters, whereas they had actually sent the Pakistani regulars in civil dress. See what kind of a crookedness the Pakistan Army played. They did not accept their bodies. And we had buried Captain Taimur Malik and many others in the snow thereafter. But after 1 month, we got a request from the Pakistani embassy to retrieve their bodies. We did. We did retrieve the bodies because we fight, Indian Army, Indian Defense Forces fight for a just war, just cause. We fight with dharma. After the fighting is over, this is how it looks like to make our defenses strong. Carrying hundreds of kg, I could not carry more than 5 kgs in my back. Carrying up all this into the heights, 19,000 feet where there is hardly any oxygen and people can die of lack of oxygen, and our soldiers are making defenses so that Pakistani intrusions do not take place, and we are defending our country. This is the our ethos, returning the dead bodies of Pakistani soldiers. Since Pakistanis did not agree to take over their bodies, but later on their embassy requested us, we retrieved their bodies and handed over them in Dras near Kargil. Mark my words, Indian Army always live up to our ethos of humanitarian ethos, even after killing the enemy who have intruded. Boys and girls, my dear students, the entire story of valor does not end here. There are multiple battles. You must have heard many heroes, many heroes. For me, all 1,000 troops, soldiers who served under me, they were heroes. Each one of them. Similarly, there were over 50,000 troops, close to 70,000 troops who were toiling and fighting the Pakistanis for over 3 months there. And I have just told you a story in just about 15 to 20 minutes. This is the photograph of retrieving the body of Pakistani dead bodies, Pakistani soldiers' dead bodies. This is my battalion flag on top of 5770. Similarly, many battalions, the Jat Regiment, the Rajputana Rifles, the Jammu and Kashmir Rifles, the Gurkha Rifles, the Naga Regiment, all battalion, all regiments of the Indian Army, with the help of Indian Air Force, we were successful in throwing away all the Pakistani soldiers who had intruded, who were commanded by General Musharraf to intrude to our territory with the aim to internationalize the Kashmir issue. They failed miserably. On the contrary, Pakistan was almost termed as terrorist country by the entire international community. Captain Bikram Batra, he is not from my battalion. This is where he fought in the battle in Dras. He got a Paramveer Chakra, and my troops also got many Veer Chakras and many Sena medals. But I thought I'll just, so this is one of the Pakistani weapons captured. Operation Vijay Kargil officially ended on 26th of July. Today is 24th of July, and Director ma'am and headmaster, principal ma'am decided to have me here to speak to you about Kargil today. But boys and girls, my dear students, more important is that you have seen during Operation Sindoor, which took place just a few months ago, the country's security, the country's defense is not only for the armed forces. Each one of you is the leader. We are strong if you are strong. The country is strong if you are educated, if the students have character, if you have discipline, then the country becomes stronger. That is how we defend our country. Let me tell you one story. During the Operation Vijay, during my tenure during this Kargil War, I received hundreds of letters from schools and boys and girls, mostly from Maharashtra, Gujarat, and some from UP, some from very few from Delhi, some from Rajasthan, like that. And these were the motivating elements for our soldiers, that so much of faith, so much of confidence that our countrymen and women they have in the Indian Armed Forces. We are proud of you as much as you are proud of us. So at the end, I would like to just say that war is in tomorrow's war. You will find that civil society, each one of you will be involved in some way or the other. It is no longer a close quarter fight only. It is about various dimensions of the war. That is where each one of us, each one of you come into play in the defense of our motherland, that is India, Bharat, that is India. So, with this, I would like to thank each one of you, Principal Ma'am and Director Ma'am, for calling me here for to interact with the boys and girls of Shriram Millennium School. In the next 10 minutes or so, if there are questions, if any, I will be very, very happy to answer and interact with you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir, for that powerful and deeply insightful session. Your stories have stirred something within us, a deeper understanding of duty, patriotism, and resilience.
Some of our students would like to ask you a few questions. Sir, with your kind permission, may we begin the Q&A session?
Kindly do so.
Namaste, sir. My name is Nivan Sharma, and I'm from grade 9B. My question to you is, sir, the idea of patriotism is changing for today's youth. How do you think we can bring it back to its true spirit?
Thank you for your question. You are in a very important question. Patriotism, it means you love your motherland. You serve your motherland. That is India. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in the defense forces, army, or navy, or the air force. If you are a student, if you are disciplined, if you are, if you do honorable, if you have honorable habits, if you think about our country, if you think about society, you are a patriot. You need not necessarily be a patriot by just donning a uniform. I say if you become a doctor, you become a good doctor, serve the humanity, serve our people of our country. Because you love, you love the country, you are a patriot. That is my definition of patriot. If you love the country during war, let's take the example of Operation Sindoor. And let me take the example of Kargil. When I received about 550 letters from the students during Kargil War, each one of those students are patriots. You get my answer?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Very well said, sir. Very well said.
Namaste, sir. My name is Tadbhav Sharma. I study in class 4A. Sir, what is the advice you will give to the children of today's?
Very good. Thank you very much, um, Master Sharma, for your question. My advice is only one: keep yourself mentally, physically, and morally strong. It means you have to be healthy. It means you have to do the right things. It means you have to study well. That is what I will advise you at grade 4.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste, sir. I am Bani Gupta from grade 6A, and I was really honored to hear from you. I would like to ask the question that what all challenges did you face during the Kargil War and how did you overcome them?
Bunny, thank you so much. Actually, when you are fired with a passion, when you are fired with a passion to do something, you are actually possessed. You are in class 6, but your teacher will tell you what it means. So therefore, when you're so passionate about throwing the enemy away from our country, there is no difficulties actually, insurmountable. We can cross every challenges. But normal challenges in a place like that is that you're fighting the enemy, you're fighting the climatic conditions, you're fighting the avalanches which keep falling from left and right, you're fighting the bullets, you're fighting the bombs that fall on you, and also you're fighting your own body because the body doesn't accept what you want to do, and you're fighting whether what I am doing is, whether I'll be able to do this, your own thoughts. But again, I'm repeating, when you are fired with that passion, what you want to do, when you are motivated to do something right, nothing is a challenge. You take it, I took it as a song. वो गाना गा के ऐसे ही चला गया. Okay? All the best to you in your life.
Namaste, sir. I'm Pramiti, a girl from class 5. I have a question that how do you overcome your fears before going for war?
Very good question. Very good question. Okay. Firstly, in the opening sentence, somebody just said, courage is not, or what did he say? Is overcoming fear or something. That boy, I forgot his name. Actually, we are all humans. Fear of uncertainty, fear of death, it will come. Fear of principal man, fear of your teacher, it will all come. But the thing is, when you handle it, in the sense that if you are doing the things right, if you are honest, if you are courageous, if you have done something wrong, own it up, then your fear will go. But if you try to hide, your fear will multiply. So what happens is in a warlike situation, that fear is there in most of us. But let's say I am head of 1,000 strong battalion. Can I afford to show any kind of fear in me? Otherwise, fear will multiply in the soldiers. So, as I said, if I know my job, if I know my own duty, that fear goes away and I have self respect. If there is an honor, I have an honor to preserve my own honor, the honor of my unit, honor of my regiment, that is the Rajput regiment, honor of my 1,000 troops body. So each one of us are looking at each other and everything vanishes. Everything vanishes, let me tell you that, because we are all like a small family of 1,000 people and larger family of Indian Army or Indian Armed Forces. That is why we are trained. That is why the selection is such for the officer cadre that you have to be mentally and psychologically strong. So that is what you're learning in the school. That is what your teacher is going to teach you to withstand all this when you are faced with difficulties. So don't worry when this is all your character qualities which will make you challenge, because fear is there, it comes, but then you have to overcome it. That is what your teachers, when you educate yourself, your parents, they arm you with. Okay?
Namaste, sir. I'm Rajka Gupta from grade 7A. My question to you is that how did you feel when you attained the rank of Lieutenant General in the Indian Army?
Your question is, how did you feel when you become a general in the Indian Army?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, Ms. Gupta, actually, I would say that it is the rank is very important in the army because you exercise authority. You exercise authority and you have a huge responsibility. So the you take it, I took it as a as as a journey, as a responsibility bestowed on me, that for more responsibilities and more uh, you know the organization, the system expects more from me. Otherwise, if you ask me what was your finest moment in the 40 years of service, I mean, that's what you I would say that during Kargil War, 5 soldiers got lost and they were in the Pakistani territory. And I could hear them say that as long as my commanding officer, that is me, is there, we are not scared. He will evacuate us. He will ensure that we come back alive. Satisfied rather than becoming a brigadier or something. So there is a rank is important, but as a professional soldier, you ask a doctor, there are many grades of doctor. If a doctor has saved the life of a very important, very delicate child, let's say a baby, given life, that will be his finest hour, as much as what I've told you about my as a soldier. The teacher, his or her finest hour will be when many of her students or his students stay strong and they do proud to the country. That is the finest. So rank matters, but something else also matters. So when I became general in 2010, I was happy. There was some newspaper here and there. My responsibilities increased. But my finest hour is not that. My finest hour, I just told you. Okay? Does it answer part of your question?
Thank
Thank
you, sir.
you.
Namaste, sir. I am Ananya Katyar of grade 11, 11B, and my question to you is that life as an army officer is a very challenging one. You have to live like a monk away from your friends and your family. So, was there any moment in your life where you felt like giving up? And if so, how did you cope up with that?
Firstly, thank you from higher grade student. You are the first one asking, so your question is very valid. I'll give you an example. My daughter was in class 11 when I went to Siachen and this Kargil War, this happened. When I returned home, she had already cleared her 12th standard away from home for nearly 15, 16, 14 months, I think, 14 or 15 months. But you have to weigh the priorities in our life. My priority remains family also and your service to the country also. So we try to meet both, in a balanced manner. Okay. I did feel a separation as an army officer when I was away from when the babies, when my daughters were 2 years, 3 years, and all like that. So all these are part of our journey, okay, life journey, and our daughters grew up stronger. They accepted it. This is how you accept, you adjust, and you balance your life. Life is all about balancing, you know, various forces that are acting upon you. If you balance, then you do well. If you don't balance, then you break down. So therefore, I think the choice that I made, since you are asking me in particular, the choice that I made, I think my 40 years, as I said, was a song which I enjoyed that. So, so I'm sure that you and many people like you, we have girls, we have lady officers, we have many. So I hope you all will join the defense forces and serve the country. And if you don't, then serve the nation. You are as patriotic as anyone. If you love your country, if you serve selflessly for the people of India. Okay? All the best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste, sir. I'm Akash Kapoor of grade 9B. Was there any particular incident that you pursue your career in army, and how do you prepare for the exam?
Okay. Actually, Army has more examinations than your teachers. Every rank we have examinations. I don't know why. I used to wonder as a captain, as a major, as a colonel, I used to wonder why so many examinations for every promotions. But now at the relatively high rank, I realize that it is important to train the minds and the mental faculty of the senior commanders. So these examinations are mostly on, as you know, depending on your responsibility. You know, at the lower rank, it will be about how to, how to fight at the a lower level and things like that. And then, at the higher level, you'll talk about strategy and international relations, diplomacy, and things like that. So it depends. So they groom you throughout my 40 years. And then it was not enough. I did my PhD after I retired because I did not want to stop. I didn't want to stop reading. I didn't want to stop challenges. So life is a full of, now when I look back, but as a youngster, I felt why is so many examinations in the army when our job is something else. But now I realize I'm teaching in 2, 3 universities. I'm guiding PhD scholars, and I'm visiting some emeritus somewhere. I don't even remember some universities. So learning never ends, and life itself is an examination. You test yourself. It is not somebody testing you. So carry on and learn. Don't stop. Okay? I am nearly 70, but I'm not stopping.
Okay, sir.
All the
Thank you, sir.
best. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for addressing our queries with such thoughtfulness and clarity. Your presence today has made the Kargil Vijay Diwas all the more memorable for us.
I have.
To bring this event to a close, I now invite our Vice Principal, Annapurna Ma'am, to offer her reflection and deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ira. Namaste to you once again, sir. What an inspiring talk. I'm sure all our children sitting out here would have got a sense of the mindset that you carry. Even today, long after the battlefield is over, you are still. I would like to quote it once again at the start because you mentioned that particular quote you wanted to. True bravery is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Some heroes don't just defend a nation, they redefine its spirit. And you surely do, sir. So surely do.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It has been such a privilege to have
Thank
you
you.
speak to our children. And I am really hoping that they take away something from this. Our teachers and
Thank you.
parents who've joined in online, teachers, children from all across campuses, thank you all for joining us and being part of this celebration. We celebrate the Kargil Vijay Diwas every year at our school, and each year it's special. This year, even more so. Thank you once again,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
So, Nalini ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, sir. Sir, so we will do it our way. Teachers who are handling the systems, I request you to put your cameras on and request all children to stand up.
Sir, it was absolutely
let's all
amazing to
together-
listen to you.
Sir,
Thank you
ma'am is
so
also
much.
here. Wonderful.
Yes, yes. I've been listening to sir throughout, and very stories are inspiring, and it's wonderful, sir. We want to meet you in person, but
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
yes.
And
Yes,
children,
Sonali
let's together do a Jai Hind for sir, loud and clear. If we can unmute the mic in the auditorium, Meenakshi ma'am, request you to unmute the mic in the auditorium so sir can hear our children. And from across campuses, you can unmute your systems. So let's do this together. I'm waiting for the TSMS Faridabad mic to be unmuted, please. Okay, we can hear you, children. Let's do this together. Jai Hind. Thank you, sir. This really was our pleasure.
Thank you
And
so
looking forward to seeing you. I loved everything you spoke about. So much of it resonated with us as we are very passionate about what we do, but so much to learn. And as you advise, we will keep learning. And I think
Thank you
children,
so
I
much.
think now know why so many exams, they matter.
Thank you so much. All the best to you. Nice meeting you, Director Ma'am,
Thank
Ms.
you, sir.
Uttara Singh, and
Namaste.
Sonali Gupta. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you
And
so much.
Annapurna. All the best to
Namaskar.
you.